Today we're going to be talking about relations, domain, and range. What a relation is it's just a list of sets of two things that go together. Usually for math, that would be two ordered pair, or 2 points in an ordered pair, like an x and y coordinate. Relations can be written one of four ways. They can be written as a list of ordered pairs like this. They can be written as a mapping diagram, as a table. You might remember this is an input-output table from the past, or as a graph on the coordinate plane. What we are going to do today is we are going to take these three relations, turn them into a list of ordered pairs that looks something like this, talk about their domain, and talk about their range. So anytime we write a list of ordered pairs, you might notice there's a lot going on here. We have curly brackets at the beginning and the end to tell that this is a set that all goes together. Each ordered pair looks like x comma y, like you're used to probably seeing before. And then in between each ordered pair, we have a comma just to help separate things out. So my relation, if I want to rewrite it as a set of ordered pairs, it's going to look something like this. When we have a mapping diagram, the left-hand one is our x values, the right-hand one is our y values. To figure out your ordered pairs, follow each x value to the y value it's pointing to. So the first point in my ordered pair is going to be 1, -2. And if you want to kind of mark off the arrows as you use them, go for it. The next one is going to be 2 is pointing at 0. So that gives me 2, 0. Notice that 4 has 2 arrows coming out of it. That's perfectly fine. That means that we're going to have 2 points that start with 4. I have 4, -1. I also have 4, 2. And then last but not least, our last arrow joining together two numbers is 6, 3. So if I want to rewrite this as a relation, that is all I need to do. The other things we want to talk about are the domain and the range. For domain and range, you're also going to list them inside a set of curly brackets, but we are only talking about part of each point or ordered pair for domain and range. Domain is just a list of all the x values. So to find my domain, you can do this one of two ways. You can just look at, this is all my x values, so I can just say my domain is 1, 2, 4, 6. We put a comma in between each x value. Or you could look back at your points here, 1, 2, 4, 6. If you have something twice, like this 4 here, we don't write it twice, just because that would be redundant. Range works the same way. Range is your y values, though. My y values were this right-hand oval. So my range for this problem is going to be, just we can go down our list here, -2, -1, 0, 2, 3, or you could list them by looking at your points to y values. We're going to do the same idea with these other two. They're just written in different format. The next one is an input-output table, or just a table. If I want to write my relation as a list of ordered pairs, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Start with a curly bracket. Each row in my table gives me an ordered pair. So my first ordered pair or point is -2, 0. And then I'm just going to go down my table. Next I have -1, 4. After that I have 0, 6. After that I have 5, 3. And that is my relation. It's only 4 ordered pairs because there's only 4 rows in the table. My domain, my x values, you can either look at the list you just made, or you can go down your table on the x row, or column, sorry. My x values are -2, 1, 0, 5. So just list those out and put a comma in between. Range, same idea, but now we're looking at y's. You can just go down your table if you'd like, 0, 4, 6, 3, or like we talked about before, you can look at the ordered pairs you made. And I dropped a marker, but that's okay. The last one we're going to look at is written as a graph. So instead of plotting points, you're looking at the points plotted and you're going to figure out the ordered pairs that go with them. I like to label them as I go just to make sure I don't miss anything, so I'm going to do that right now. Remember that when you are dealing with ordered pairs, the the first number in the ordered pair is your x coordinate, and the second number is the y coordinate. So you can start wherever you want, doesn't matter where we're going. I'm gonna start right here with this point. For this point right here, my x coordinate is -2. Since it's on the x-axis, my y coordinate is 0. I went to the left 2 from the origin, but did not go up at all, so that's -2, 0. This one right here, x value is -1, y value is +1. Here, x is 0 because we didn't move left or right at all. The y coordinate is 1, 2, 3. Down here, x coordinate is +1, y coordinate is -2. And then last but not least over here, x coordinate is 3, y coordinate is 2. So now that we have all that, let's write our list of ordered pairs. We basically just need to list them because we already have them right now. Go in whatever order you want, just make sure you get them all. I'm going to go in the same order that I found them in. And if you want to check them off as you go, you can. That keeps your brain straight. And last but not least, 3, 2. Don't forget all your parentheses, all your commas, all your curly brackets. And sometimes your curly brackets might not be very pretty. That's perfectly fine. Sometimes mine look great. Sometimes they look really sketchy. Okay. Next up is domain. Domain is all of your x values. So you can look at this however you want to. You can look at what we labeled here. You can look at your list and your relation. Let's just look at the list and the relation because they're all kind of organized for us. My x values are -2, -1, 0, 1, and 3. And then range, remember range is your y values. So look at your y coordinates this time. We have 0, 1, 3, -2, +2. So that is all you need to do to write your relations as a list of ordered pairs, to find your domain and find your range. Have a wonderful day.